welcome to the Pet Pod. This is I forget what the episode number is. We don't have to go over the episode number. It's okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Lost the train of thought now.
It's been a while, huh?
You're
Yeah,
getting used to,
we missed what, 2 weeks now? Because
yeah,
I
two
didn't do
weeks,
the
yeah.
last one either.
And
But yeah,
Pauline was doing it, yeah.
yeah. So this is Eugene Kim, as always, with fellow host Pauline Wong and John Bognot.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back to the Pet Pod. Today we're continuing with the Q&A. Hopefully you guys listen to the my version. It's kind of difficult to say mine. It's weird. But today we're gonna be asking some questions to John, and he'll be answering some of the questions that might be really interesting. And then we'll do Pauline's next week. I guess we can go straight into it. There's no other introduction that we need to kind of cover. So, yeah, John, let's start with you just telling us about who you are, where you base, and yeah, what do you do?
Okay. So basically, my name is John Bognot, and I am based in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a portrait and wedding photographer. That's what I specialize in.
How long have you been in Vegas for?
Oh, so I've been in Vegas since 2015. I grew up in the Philippines, finished college there, and then moved to the States in 2012. And then I started my career here in Vegas, 2015, and been here ever since.
What were you doing in the Philippines before?
So in the Philippines, well, I grew up there and finished college there. Basically, I just grew up there studying nursing. And then after I passed the exams, licensing, I went to the US. Well, we've been living in the Philippines because of my dad. He wanted to retire there. He's a retired US Navy. So, yeah. And then I figured my life would be better as a nurse here in the US. Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many nurses in the Philippines, right?
Yes.
A
Yeah, it's a
very
thing.
tough competition.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like if you have parents from the Philippines, they'll be like, okay, you're gonna be a nurse. Yeah, you're gonna be a nurse. That's it's a Filipino thing.
So you knew you wanted to be a nurse, like when you're quite
Well, I
young,
was my dad, my mom gave me a little nudge, like yeah. But I was quite good with sciences, and I really like science.
Yeah.
And that's what really piqued my interest. And that's how I became a nurse.
So yeah, you're a nurse right now as well, right?
Yes, that's my let's just say my part-time job.
Okay, I like that.
Yes,
So
because
you have two part-time jobs.
yes, two part-time jobs, and I'm a full-time dad.
Oh,
Yeah, two part-time jobs, full-time dad. Yep.
Okay, so you said you do portraits and weddings. Have you started the two together, or like have you started like one like before the other one?
So, well, initially I started photography. I was just doing a lot of landscape, and traveling. That was
Okay.
my main thing back then. I started since high school, and then when I went to the US, 2012, after I graduated college, that's when I really traveled a lot more, and I wanted to document a lot of my travels. It's also like I think the start of this Instagram was becoming more popular, and it was more of like a thing. But for me, I just wanted to really document what's happening with my life, traveling and all that. So I started with that landscape photography and getting used to the camera settings and all that. And then 2021. It was the end of the pandemic because that's when the vaccine started coming out. I was pretty much burnt out as a nurse, and I wanted to do something else in my life. So there was my wife's suggestion to why don't you just start doing photos more? And then I started doing research, looking at more photography stuff, and then I realized, yeah, I can take photos of people. So I started with my wife. I took photos of my wife and my kid, and that's when I realized, yeah, I can definitely do this. And then I did more research. I started watching Taylor Jackson, John Branch photography, and there's one more. Oh, Caitlin James. That's another wedding photographer. And that's when it's just inspired me to like, oh yeah, I can actually make something out of this. And I was thinking at some point maybe this is a way out of me doing nursing. And yeah, I just started with portraits first. Started talking to my coworkers. Whoever wanted a photo shoot, I offered free free photo sessions, and it's a big hospital, so I can just
Mm.
pretty much just ask around, and then I built my website, got my business license. It was pretty funny, and it was pretty much just a leap of faith. It's just like just really committing into like, because once you announce that, hey, I'm a photographer now, I'm doing this, there's no going back, right? So once I did that, then everything just kind of just fell into place. Um, yeah, and then
Do you
started just shooting.
do you feel like photography will replace nurse?
Uh, it's a toss up right now. Maybe if I become very busy and I really have something to show for it, meaning I become more successful, um, have uh more bookings. If I have to justify it with my wife
Mm.
and say, okay, babe, I think we're ready to quit nursing. Then it's gonna be a discussion with her. But right now I'm in a phase where I'm just still enjoying nursing. It's gonna be a really difficult. I really have to take a look at life and if I really want to let go of nursing, because right now I still have that sense of satisfaction when I help people, when I
Mm.
take care of people, and I think that's something important for me.
Yeah, I think you
Some
definitely have a good balance right now,
yeah,
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 you can still
definitely,
enjoy photography and don't stress
exactly.
too much about making money from photography jobs. So
Yeah, exactly. Like
yeah,
definitely takes the stress off. Um, yeah, of I don't have to worry about making so much getting bookings on the photography side. Um, and then the photography balances out the stress with the nursing because it just kind of makes photography just makes me happy. Yeah, it's just more relaxing environment for me.
right.
Yeah.
So when you first started shooting like couples, do you remember your first session at all?
Yes.
Like, was
Yes.
it just like a couple session or engagement?
It was very challenging because it was um it was a couple session with
Mhm.
dogs.
Oh,
Five dogs.
5 dogs.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
It was they were well trained, but it was still pretty challenging for me. So that was my very first
Wow.
yeah, outdoor like lifestyle shoot. Adventure couple shoot basically.
Did you
And it
take any
was
of Did you take
huh?
any photos of 5 dogs only, like without
Like
humans?
lined up.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Five
that
of
Oh,
the
that would be.
dogs, yeah. And then of course with the humans.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
did you know there was going to be 5 dogs or you?
I knew it.
Oh,
Yeah. They
okay.
were like, and I pretty much just said, yeah, sure, let's do it. I mean, it was
I
a free
love that.
shoot. What's
Yeah.
they knew I was a new photographer. It was something new, and they just because they were also starting a business.
Mm.
They're a dog training company, so these
Oh,
dogs are
okay.
well behaved
That
anyway.
works.
Yeah. So and they
That's
trained our
funny.
dog too. So I know
Oh,
they're like a really they're a friend to us.
That was a good trade then.
yeah.
Yes. So it was great. Yeah. But I was super nervous. My
Mhm.
settings was until now I still do the same thing, but I just do auto aperture aperture mode.
Were
Mm.
you nervous about the people or were you nervous about the dogs?
I was nervous about the people. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just my first time. That's why it's nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah, of
But
course. I
it
could
just that
imagine your
yeah,
first time and 5
yeah,
dogs
uh,
doing.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, I knew the basics. I knew, with landscape photography, you learn like to keep
Yeah.
things in focus, how to keep things in focus and out of focus. So
have you ever
you know,
thought about venturing into dog photography?
I did think about that for a while,
Because
but
that's a good market.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is, I don't know. I did think about it, but I was like, oh, I think I like people better.
Mm.
So yeah, but if they want to bring their pets, I have that in my
Yeah.
repertoire.
I do like when they bring their pets.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about it right now, I don't think I've ever done a session with a dog.
Mm.
Oh, Eugene.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Probably, I don't know. Maybe people didn't think that I'm a dog person.
This is a sign. But you have a dog, so
Yeah, you have a
Yeah.
dog.
No, I like dogs.
I don't.
okay.
I would have guessed you would have had a dog. I don't know why. Maybe it is. You're right. I don't think you're a dog person. You don't scream dog person to me.
Really?
Yeah.
No offense to cat people, but I'm not a cat person.
Next time I'm just gonna really hire you, Eugene. I want you to do a what do you
Cat
call that? A
photos.
branding photo shoot with me, and I'll bring my dog.
Not
Okay.
your cat.
Not your
Not my
cat?
cat. No, just my dog.
Eugene doesn't like your cat.
Oh, you don't like cat? You don't like cats?
Um, I wouldn't say I don't like them, but
Or,
I don't, like even if there
Not a
was an
fan.
opportunity, I probably don't want to get a cat, but yeah.
Pauline, you and I
What?
were at the beginning. I was like that too. I didn't like cats, but my
Hmm.
wife had cats, so I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've
So
converted now.
yeah. Actually, I don't dislike them. I
You
just like
live with
dogs
them.
better. Yeah.
I think for me, I don't know what it is, but I think for me, I always the cat's eyes scared me.
Okay.
Really
Yeah. So I mean,
interesting.
but I've gotten pretty close with one of my friends' cat. So starting to open up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. My cat always pesters me when I add it.
Oh,
It
really?
just comes to here on my table and for some reason she just knows. She
Mm,
just knows that when I edit, she just comes here.
okay. I know
Anyway,
our conversation is becoming
Oh
dog and
yes.
cat right
Yep.
I know.
now.
We love. I guess we love our pets. That's another thing about
Mm.
us.
Mm.
And fun
Pauline,
fact.
do you have any pets?
No, but I used to dog sit and cat sit,
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh,
which was kind of
nice.
my like fix because I never had one growing up. So I was like, I want
That's
to
good.
try, and now I don't want one.
You got your
It's a lot
fix.
of work. It's a lot.
Well,
Yeah, especially
when
dogs.
we go to Hawaii, we're looking for someone to sit our dogs. Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll go like walk him on the beach.
It'll be good.
Mm.
Okay, tangent. That was a
Okay,
long
coming back.
tangent.
Yeah.
I guess you kind of talked about your photography business, but was there a
Mhm,
moment that you're like, okay, I'm actually going to start this? Because you mentioned your wife kind of pushed you, but
mhm.
was there a moment you remember that you're like, okay, this is it, I should do it?
Yeah, I do remember that. I was actually at work,
Okay.
and I just remember like really getting stressed out and tired, and then eventually, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So that day, I got my business license.
Mm. That's very
And
brave.
yeah,
Right
yeah,
away.
yeah, like right away, like, yeah, I cannot do this anymore. I said, that was my previous position, because I used to work in the ICU, and
Yeah.
it's very high stress.
Mhm.
I do have a different position now, so I'm happier, I guess, with my nursing job, and that's why I'm probably slacking off on the photography side, because it's not like back then. At that time, I wanted an out.
Yeah.
Mm.
But now I'm happy to just keep it like 50-50. But at that moment, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then I built my website. Squarespace was pretty easy to use back then, or until now, it's still pretty easy.
Mhm.
After I got that photos from the dog shoot, that was my very those my only content from my website. So I started from that, and yeah, went from there. And I just used the shoots to market for other shoots that I got one by one. Yeah. And that was 2021, around November, December. In the span of like a month, I was able to like start it.
Mm. So in that
So,
month, sorry.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
ask, in that month, did you have any challenges that you were faced with immediately that kind of caught you off guard or that you have to overcome right
Uh,
away?
yeah, like just technical stuff. I didn't know. Um, I didn't. It was about white balance. I didn't realize that my white balance was very cold. And I was like,
Okay.
it looked okay. And then when
Yeah.
I put, oh, okay, it's actually pretty cold. That's my first, I guess it was just out of ignorance, but I guess you learn from that. And then number two would be definitely like talking to people. Like, it's still my weakness, just planning things out with clients,
Yeah.
communicating with them, like, okay, we're gonna meet at this time. Um, this place, like researching what's the best time to go, realizing that the parking lot at that place will be full, and then there's no signal at that parking lot.
Mm.
So now do you contact your clients, like, okay, so like several times scouting the location, like really learning the scenarios, having a plan B. What if this
Mm.
happens? Um, just learning that I need to be comfortable with having a plan B. Like, just realizing that your plan might not go according to plan, and you just have to go with the flow sometimes, and have some have some leeway with things that you're planning to do.
This could be, I don't know. I think this could be a helpful question for a lot of people.
Mhm.
Um, so even if you want to even if you wanted to quit the nursing job,
Mhm.
did you think that you'll be able to make money with photography like right away? Or because oftentimes people could
Mhm.
think, you could keep the photography as just hobby, and
Mhm.
you could like find
Yeah,
another
like
like
a
a
hobbyist.
completely just a completely different job. um what what was the reason that you thought that jumping into photography was a good idea?
Well, I thought it was a good idea to just do it initially, regardless of the money, because I was happy doing it.
Mm.
I was happy taking photos of people, and then editing it, and then delivering it to them. And it just gave me that gratification that, yeah, I was able to capture moments, happy moments of people that they're able to keep, they're able to print, they're able to save, for a long period of time. That was a satisfying thing for me, because
Mm.
for a while in nursing, during the pandemic, it wasn't satisfying for me anymore, because a lot of my patients were dying. This is very grim, but
Hmm.
Mm.
I didn't feel in the ICU. A lot of them just really died, no matter what we did. Like, they come in, they all come in for like the same month, and then sometimes they all die at the same month. So we were just really it was just really bad times. And I wanted something happy. I wanted something positive to do in my life. So that's where I started. Just doing it.
So
So
initially, probably it wasn't about the money.
yeah, it wasn't about the money at the beginning. And then
Yeah.
when I started watching John Branch,
Mhm.
Taylor Jackson, that's when I realized that, oh yeah, I can actually make a career out of this. And that's when I got inspired to maybe if I really do this, if I'm really good at this, maybe I can do it. So I'm feeling it out. I'm not really like 100% sure, but I'm determined to give it a try. I've got nothing to lose. I was already buying all the equipment just for the sheer,
Mm.
love of it. I love gear. I guess I like to use cameras, and I'm already spending money out of it. Why not try? And like those YouTubers really gave me the confidence, like, oh yeah, if I really structured this right, if I really get people in front of my camera and I can show people that I can make beautiful photos out of them, then and people are willing to pay, then
Yeah.
yeah, I think I can do it. And I still remember when somebody actually paid for my first shoot, and I was like, holy
Are you
moly.
sure?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, first of all, yeah, are you sure? But after that, after delivering it, and they were actually happy with the photos, and that was like, oh my gosh, somebody actually paid, and I actually did that, and it was amazing. So and I really appreciate those people that actually trusted me, because they were my friends too. And I thought initially I would just do a lot of free shoots,
Mm.
but it was a maternity shoot, by the way. And he was
Right.
actually like, no, you don't have to do that. I'll pay for it.
Aw.
So that was like crazy to me. I was like blown away that somebody was willing to pay.
Do you feel like you're getting used to that, getting paid?
Now I
Because
am.
for me, like even now, like I don't like. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's pretty unreal to that, like that I'm
yeah,
receiving payment
yeah,
from these people to
yeah,
doing what
yeah,
I love.
yeah.
So yeah, it's
Well, I am blown away that you're paying me for some of the shoots that
mm,
we've done, second shooting.
yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't, I guess it's hard. It doesn't go away, that feeling. Like, I guess I feel grateful that somebody's actually appreciating what you're doing, the art that you're putting out there.
But
Yeah,
especially like friends, I always say if they're your true friends, they should pay because they want to
yeah,
support you. They want
Yeah.
to
definitely.
help your business grow. So I always
Yeah,
appreciate when they, want to
yeah,
pay full price, by the way.
yeah,
No
yeah, definitely.
discount.
Yeah, I feel like there were even like, because I offered a bunch of discounts before, and they were like, "Oh, you don't have to do that."
Yeah.
And I really just so grateful, and I really it just makes me happy when people, my friends, say that.
So you mentioned you enjoyed landscape photography and now you're doing weddings and portraits. Is there any
Mhm.
other type of photography you enjoy shooting or you want to try?
Something that I want to try.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna, because I
Dog
do.
photography?
I'm sorry.
Dog photography?
I don't know. Well, I have to think of, maybe. I'm. I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna dabble a little bit into action or sports photography, because I like mountain biking.
Mm,
I
mhm.
used to surf,
Yeah.
so stuff like that. And also, I also I wanna try underwater photography.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
With couples.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to dive as well. So if there are gonna be like any divers that wants to take a couple session underneath, or that would be something that I would like to do, but it's so
So
expensive.
quick
Yeah.
question about that. So
Yeah.
I've always I always thought that concept of, shooting underwater would be just so cool. But
Mhm.
how much of light actually goes in the water? How deep do you have to go in to see, because you cannot really use flash, can you?
Yeah, you can use flash.
You
You can
can?
bring a
Okay.
strobe. Yeah, you can bring a
Okay.
strobe. So yeah, it's the same thing. You can bring your light under. There's like strobes that are rated for underwater photography.
It's
So
not going to shock you.
yeah,
Mm.
it's expensive though. Even the underwater
Yeah.
casing is expensive.
Mhm.
So it's a whole different thing. But you got to build up to it, I guess.
But it's
But
so
it also
cool.
depends on the depth.
Mm.
Yeah.
And some waters are more
Yeah.
like the visibility are
Oh,
better.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of factors to consider. It also depends on the climate. There's gonna be seasons wherein the waters are gonna be more muggy. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But if I want to do something else, it's probably that. But
Mm.
I live in Vegas, so
Well, you
too far from
there's a lake.
yeah, Lake Mead. You
Yeah,
see dead
it
bodies
might be
over
pretty
there.
dirty there though.
Yeah, you see dead bodies over there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What would you say? I guess we can just, I mean, we've talked about quite a few like a different types of photography and um, starting the business side of things. But
Mhm.
what would you say your sort of ultimate goal is in terms of like photography goes? Like what do you want to achieve or what do you want to do? What do you want to try?
Mhm. So ultimately, I would want to do a lot, not a lot, but I do want to do mostly destination weddings or mostly adventure weddings. And I would like the volume to be really low, like maybe 15 max.
Hmm.
So like once a month. So it's more about just focusing into the client experience and not just like going into the volume and like just cranking out all those weddings.
Mhm.
So I just want to take it slow and really focus on creating, first of all, memories for the clients, and number two, really creating art, creating really amazing shots. Yeah, I wanna really put a lot of thought into the photography side and also
Mm.
client experience rather than just going through a lot of weddings and like getting burnt out. I don't want to feel like I don't want to resent photography. I don't want to like
Mhm.
just like what I felt in nursing.
Yeah.
Like I just got tired of it and I want to leave it. I don't want to feel that in photography as well. I just want to strike a balance and really just have fun with taking photos and enjoying the client experience. Like I want to like the vision of my clients. And if I
Mm.
like that, then I want to take them as a client. I want to have the option to choose clients that are going to be in line with the photography that I want to do,
Mm.
basically.
Cool.
So
Cool.
that's one of probably the main goals.
Mm. Do
Yeah.
you I mean we talked about the photography side of things quite a bit now, so
Mhm.
maybe we could talk about
Mhm.
about the about John. Um so when you're not nursing, when you're not a photographer, and when
Mhm.
you're not a dad,
Mhm.
you mentioned about mountain biking,
Mhm.
surfing, and so what do you usually do? I should say, what do you like to do? Like
Mhm.
if you have free time,
Yeah,
like are you on your own? Are you with the family?
mostly with my family now. Back then, I do travel a lot. So now I would like to travel more with my family. Luckily, my wife also loves mountain biking.
Mhm.
We all love the ocean. So last year we went to Maui. I did surf. I wish I went scuba diving, but that's something that I do want to do again. And I also want to teach Luke scuba diving. We also love the snow, so Whistler, you're always on my mind. Um, I do want to go mountain biking there and snowboarding in Whistler. But mainly here in Las Vegas, I do a lot of mountain biking at least every week. So if I'm not photographing, if I'm not editing, if I'm not working, that's what I'm doing.
And
Mountain biking.
when it's not burning hot.
Yeah, when it's not super hot. Yeah, yeah.
So it seems like you really enjoy the really outdoorsy
Yes.
adventurous activities. What is the craziest thing you've done?
The craziest thing I've
Yeah.
ever done.
Jumping off the plane.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you? Have you?
skydiving is pretty safe nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, I've done skydiving.
Oh,
But the craziest probably was swimming with a shark.
Mm.
That's probably scuba diving with with sharks. That's probably one of.
okay. So how does that actually work? Like, do they not bother you, or like, or you just taking the risk?
You're just taking the risk.
Mm.
Really?
But they say it's there's experts. They guide you on what to do. They basically
So do they check like if you have a cut anywhere?
Um, I, well,
This is
for
not
mine,
Jaws. This is not Jaws.
I tried to remember, but for me, no, they didn't check that. And then
And
for the dive that I did, we went into a cave,
oh, where
and
was
then
this?
in the Philippines
Oh, okay.
when I went on vacation.
Mm.
Did you say
So-
cave or cage?
Cave.
Cave.
Oh,
It's like an underwater cave.
oh wow.
So and then it was dark, and then when one of the divers turned the flashlight on, two
Mhm.
sharks were like looking at us.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of the most
Crazy.
amazing things I've ever experienced. Yeah.
The sharks that live in that sort of like environment, like that sees people quite often, do they
Mhm.
get pretty friendly?
Maybe they get desensitized. Maybe
I
they,
wouldn't say
know,
friendly.
yeah, they're actually pretty shy. They don't like to be bothered. So
Yeah.
sometimes they're hard to spot even.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's the case with a lot of the animals, like
Yeah.
we think, they can, I mean, they all have capability to hurt
Kill
us,
us.
but that doesn't always mean they will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not very aggressive all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're curious.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're just
then-
curious and have take a bite. Yeah.
No, luckily not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, most of them, if you don't bother them, they're not going to
Yeah.
bother you. So,
Yeah.
or if they don't feel threatened, then
Mhm. Well, actually, one of the craziest thing it says like, because I used to work as a tour guide in the
Mhm.
Philippines, and I used to take my guests to see the whale sharks.
mm,
So
Okay.
if you guys don't know, whale sharks are one of the biggest.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the big one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the biggest.
so what have you not done, John?
What I have not
Feels
done
like you've done a lot.
on my bucket list. I have to think about that. I made
Well,
sure that I've done a lot of things before I got married.
mm. Is there a destination that you would want to go to for a wedding or even just to travel to?
Yes.
Mars.
Mars? No, actually.
For a wedding?
Oh my God. That's you
Charge
just made me think.
travel cost per mile.
Yeah, that's round trip.
Yeah.
But I think one of the places I do want to go to is Madeira. Madeira
In Portugal.
Yeah, in Portugal.
Cool.
In general, me and my wife wanted to really research Portugal because we want to live there at some point.
Mm.
So we'll see. But that's one of the places I wanna look at. And
Yeah.
travel to.
Beautiful country.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I think we've asked plenty questions.
I love this Q&A. It's more like me. It's very chill.
Oh, yes.
This is
Yeah.
what I like.
Yeah.
This is what Petchpot is supposed to be.
You get all the center of attention.
Center of attention. No, it's just chill.
This is
I
why
didn't
your
pre-
friends this is
I'm
why your
not prepared.
friends say you're not an introvert.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I'm not like, but I feel like I am an introvert. I really have to force myself to.
But
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I mean, I think there are so many people have different like a definition of introverts. Like introverts can still talk,
Yeah.
There's a spectrum for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
you can definitely tell if you're an introvert though, because it's
But
very
I think that's
there's
in
an
that's
it
in
takes an
a like
effort.
a sort of like a in an environment of like the people that you don't know. But like this is an environment that like we all know each other, and
True.
you know you don't have to think about the listeners so much because you don't
Yeah.
actually see them. So
Yeah. It takes time, but
Yeah.
there are definitely people that are, even if they're strangers, they're just immediately like, you
Oh.
know, they
Yeah.
can
Oh yeah.
easily strike a conversation comfortably without any ounce of anxiety.
now John was
And
really quiet last week for a whole another reason though. It was a 55 people of that
that
55 people clients, but John couldn't speak the language, so he was quiet.
yeah,
Well, yes.
it was hard for me. I
Oh,
was trying to learn 2 words. I can't even master it.
how was
And I
it
already
though?
forget. Was that
That's okay. You don't have to try to
안녕하세요?
speak Korean.
안녕하세요.
No, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
안녕하세요. And then kun
That sounds like Japanese.
what was that again?
고맙습니다.
Yeah. What was that again?
고맙
Kunba.
고맙습니다.
감사합니다.
No, 감사합니다
감사합니다.
감사합니다
is
is a different one. Yeah, but yeah, it means thank you as well. Yes.
That's easier, Eugene.
Okay.
감사합니다. Okay, I'll just use that next time.
Okay. Cool.
감사합니다.
Sir.
Oh, and then you know the other one as well.
감사합니다. 안녕하세요.
네.
네. Oh yes, 3 words. 네. Initially I thought it was 네, but 네. 네.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 3 words. Let's start with that. And yeah.
But yeah, we've had a lot of fun last week. We got to see some Zion and Grand Canyon and Antelope Canyon that's in a scenery that we're not usually in, all covered in snow. Yeah.
My favorite so far was Antelope Canyon.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
the
like
snow.
you don't get that in snow. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very rare. So yeah, we got to see
It was crazy.
It was a fun experience.
Yeah. I really like that one.
All right.
Next time.
I think this could be a good point to probably stop and
wrap it up.
And like all the listeners that who are listening to this right now, if you want to find out more about John, message him or just keep listening to the podcast in the future. We'll be able to still talk about all the new things, and there'll be a lot more still to come out from him. He probably don't even know. So
I don't know it yet. I just take it day by day.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I think that was good. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like the flow of our conversation today.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I think we can just wrap it up there. As always, you can watch us on Spotify and on YouTube. Everything is uploaded now, so yeah, you can do that. And then you can listen to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Castbox. That's
Anchor.
it, right? Yeah. And then and then we'll come back next week to, I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one. Pauline Wong's Q&A.
Excited for that.
Yeah. Tune in for that. Okay. See you next week.
All right.
See you
Bye,
next
everyone.
week. Bye.
Bye.